Dear relationship cynics and relationship romantics, my name is Monice and you are listening to the Romantic Cynic podcast. On this episode, I actually wanted to dedicate it to those of you that might be alone or feeling lonely during this holiday season. I know that this time of year is the most difficult for you because you might not have a significant other or you're unable to go home for the holidays. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to spend it being alone or lonely. So I hope you join me on today's episode where we might mix in some laughter, maybe some tears, romance, maybe, and I'm going to forego the cynicism. Welcome to episode 13. Before I jump right into my episode, I wanted to first say this. Just because you are alone or feeling lonely during this holiday season doesn't mean that you are unloved. And it does not mean that you are failing in life. It just means that you are in a different part of your journey. And part of this journey is experiencing being alone. And I think we all should embrace being alone from time to time as a point in our life where we can self reflect and choose and make choices to better who we are as a person. So, I wanted to kind of share with you my first year that I had spent the holidays by myself and what that was like, at least for me. And so, hopefully, you can get be provided some comfort in that. So, the first year after my divorce, I ended up spending Thanksgiving on my own. And you know what I did for myself? I ended up cooking like this Thanksgiving, small version of a Thanksgiving dinner for myself. And it was a lot of fun because I was able to make everything the way I wanted to make it without someone criticizing me. And it was a really fun experience because I found a recipe, I think it was a Pinterest recipe online, and I followed it. And it's one of my favorite dishes that I make now. And usually I make it with chicken thighs. So I'm a person that I love food. So I like eating a lot of food. And so I'm a little bit of a food snob, but being able to like make my own Thanksgiving dinner, which I hadn't been able to make in quite a few years, was a real like fun experience for me. Now, the first Christmas was shortly after my Thanksgiving. I was by myself and I ended up deciding to do something that I've always wanted to do for Christmas. I have always wanted to experience Christmas on the beach. So I ended up booking a hotel in one of the Oregon beaches. I took my little toy poodle with me, and her and I drove. I think it was like a little over a 2 hour drive. And her and I went to the coast and stayed at this nice hotel. And we walked the beach in the afternoon, and it was really cold. But it was so much fun. I enjoyed it. It was something that I got to do for myself that I hadn't been able to do before. And being able to do something like that for you is going to make the holiday season so much better. I promise. I know it sounds scary and I know it sounds maybe it might not be the way you hope it would be. But guess what? You have a choice on how you feel and how you get to spend your holiday season. So, a few things that I would recommend during this time is treat yourself. Treat yourself to something nice. Or, if you always want to get like a deep tissue massage, do that during this time. Like, treat yourself. You are a wonderful person and you deserve to be kind of pamper yourself during this holiday season. So I would recommend that you do something special for you. Remember those that love you, not the ones that maybe aren't in your life right now. I think it's really important that we focus on who loves us, family and friends. Just because you are by yourself this season doesn't mean that those people stop caring about you during this time. It just makes it a little hard because you're not with your family or with your friends. Another thing I would recommend is volunteer your time. at a food bank or maybe a food or at a poor shelter, like where you can serve meals. I know there's one where I think it's called, I believe it's called Meals on Wheels. If you can volunteer for that, you get to deliver food to, the elderly or those less fortunate than yourself. And it's going to make you be around people. And I think being around people during this time, especially, is very important. Now, when I say be around people, I don't necessarily mean like you have to socialize with those people, but go to some place that is kind of busy and just being around people. And then that atmosphere is going to make you feel better. You're not going to feel as alone. You're not going to feel so lonely. One thing that I do want to say is that even though I had spent a holiday season by myself, I still had a fun time doing it. And the ironic part is I had not been able to go home for the holidays for 5 years prior because I felt obligated to stay with my then my spouse at the time, now divorced, but I felt like I could not go home because he needed me so much. And even during that time, I was lonely, to be quite honest. I was lonely in a relationship, and to be able to spend a holiday season by myself, and yes, I was alone, I wasn't lonely. And that's really important, and that's key to remember, especially when you're trying to, go through these days of the holiday season. Figure out, or if you know, what are you passionate about, and find something that you can do around that. For example, if you like to paint, try to find a place that does, like, if you like to drink wine, I know they have like those paint and wine nights at certain locations. There's also, I know, if you want like to do, if there's something new that you want to try, like ceramic, you can always find something close to you and set an appointment and go and just do it for one of those nights, because guess what, you're also going to be surrounded by other people who enjoy that, and you never know, you might end up making a friend. So it's important to like figure out, or at least, what are you passionate about, and do something that surrounds that. For me, for example, I like doing I like writing a lot, and I enjoy music. So finding something like, maybe a holiday concert you can go attend. Again, you're going to be surrounded by people. Doesn't mean you have to be social, but you'll still be in that atmosphere, and you're going to feel so much better in that moment. I would also, you can write a letter of gratitude. Figure out, like, write down, like, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for, and what what people are you grateful for in your life? What things do you have? So focus more on what you have versus what you don't have. I think that's really important, because if you are by yourself, you don't want to dwell on that you're single. That's you can dwell on it a little bit, but don't allow that to absorb how you should feel during this holiday season. Another big thing I recommend, and I've kind of noticed this more, is that, it's that time of year. There's a lot of holiday movies and holiday commercials. And maybe if you're addicted to social media, or on social media quite often, you're going to see little things that pop up about the holidays and spending time with friends and loved ones. I would try to stay off social media for an entire day. Just disconnect from that and focus on you. Focus on you as a person, and focus on things that you are grateful for. I know, for one, it's trying to, maybe another good one would be uh, binge watching, like your favorite show, or your favorite movies, things like that. The thing about spending the holidays by yourself, you can make it however you want to make it. It can be as positive as you can have it. And if you want to spend time with family, we have great technology where we can connect via video chats and spend like an hour with family or with friends, especially if there's a distance between you because maybe you live in a different state and you can't go home. It's important to be able to spend as much time with as you can with people and with family. And even if it's through video chat, it's still you're still being part of their lives and you're still experiencing something. You're making a memory. It's important that you make positive memories during this time. And so I highly recommend again, a video chat family or video chat friends, or connect with them, or have coffee with them, even if it's for a random day of the week. Being around people is going to be so important and so healthy for you. Make this season all about you, all about who you are and what you currently have. And then maybe think about like what you want to accomplish this coming year, whether it be, a different job, whether it be learning a new skill, or finding a passion that you want to be able to delve into. You can spend this holiday season however you want as long as you're kind to yourself. You are not alone. You are loved, and people care about you. It's important to really think about all the positives in your life. This season doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be emotionally exhausting for you. You don't have to cry. If you feel like crying, I recommend just go ahead, get it out, and just do it, because you know what? Sometimes crying is good for the soul. I know I've been there quite a few times, um, you know, in past years, and so being able just to like let your emotions out, but make sure you do it in a healthy fashion, will just help you not feel as depressed or not feel as lonely. The best thing that I can recommend is being as busy, finding things to do, finding activities, be as busy as you can possibly be to get through this time, and know that there's people out there, there's family that you have, there's friends, there's people that you've made connections with, that you've made an impact with. Say if you don't have a lot of family, or you don't have family, who are the people right now that you would consider family? We are not we are born into a family, and those are the people that will always be your family. But if you pick friends, you choose those people to be part of your family. So just be grateful and have gratitude, and try to be as optimistic as you can be, and be super kind to yourself. So I hope that you got some insight today. I hope that some of these recommendations you'll embrace and experience these during this holiday season. But know that deep down, no matter what, you are not alone, because there's someone out there, that either family or friends or an acquaintance, that you've made an impact and that they're grateful for you. So, my closing words to you are this: be kind to yourself, know your worth, continue to evolve to be the best version of you. If you are in a relationship, hold your partner close. Tell them how much you love them and how much you appreciate them. If you haven't found the love of your life yet, or you're single, guess what? That's okay. Be grateful for the people that care for you and love you right now. Thank you for listening. And as always, yours truly, the Romantic Cynic.